Okay, y'all, update on the garden. So my lantanas are starting to bloom. Look how beautiful they are. I love lantanas. This is one of my favorite flowers. My purple balloon flowers are blooming. You can't even see the whole plant because it's hiding behind my lavender. Let me show you. This is English lavender here. And it gets humongous. We're planning on moving it to another garden, but this is the bloom flower. See, it's got like pretty green leaves, and the buds are humongous on here. But aren't they beautiful? This is so pretty. I love them. All right. So soon we're going to take some of that lavender there and add it to our creamed honey. So we will have creamed lavender honey. Thanks to Cass, my sister-in-law. Upon her request, we're going to be trying to make it. This is my carnation. It's about done. It's about spent out. I've already cut all the dead flowers off. All right, and you see my little Johnny jump ups. So just so you know, they're not perennials, but they spread everywhere. So even though they're not perennials, they will come back the next year because they do spread seeds everywhere. And my sunflowers are getting really big. I can't wait till they bloom. And then we got the flowers that I planted in here growing. I planted a bunch of wildflowers. I don't know what is in what, but this is a morning glory. Those spread like crazy too, so that's why it's in a pot. And you see how it has a heart leaf. So if you ever see heart leaves like that, that means you have a morning glory. They are beautiful flowers. I actually have those tattooed on me because I love them so much. These are lantanas growing. They're getting big. This is a marigold. The rose bush is done blooming too. All right, so let's go check out the vegetables now. We got our parsley here. I just planted some rosemary in this area yesterday, so hopefully that'll grow. This is our biggest marigold for now. Still hasn't bloomed, but that helps get rid of pests. I have a video on it, so I will share that soon. These are our beef tomatoes. And you see there's some flowers, so we'll be getting some tomatoes soon. And my sunflowers behind them. I have planted everything now in the ground, except for I have like 1 or 2 eggplants left. It says it's eggplant, but I'm not sure if it's a weed or eggplant, so we'll see when it grows. And then my baby sunflowers back here. I had to tie this one up. I did learn a trick when you're tying up your stuff. Instead of wrapping it around just one time, you do it like this, and you do like a crisscross on it. So when the stem grows, see how I crisscrossed it? So when the stem gets bigger, it doesn't choke it out. So you literally just wrap it around the stem and then wrap it around your pole and tie it. And that way it won't choke out your stem when it gets taller. So that's your first tip for the day. And these are all the sunflowers back here. I planted all the baby tomatoes that I winter sowed. They stopped growing in the pot, so I planted them here. I have them all in a row, starting from over there, going all the way down here in the front. And yes, I did plant a few in one area. We'll see which one grows the best, and then we'll thin them out. And as you see, we got one there and there and there. And then here's our cucumbers. They're getting huge. I'm so happy. They're doing really good. And then back there are our squash. We got 3 squash planted back there. Everything up front is the cucumbers. Then here's our wild lettuce. We still haven't harvested it yet. We're waiting for all these to bloom first. And then once they're done blooming and they start dying off, we will harvest them, and we'll make that pain tincture. All right, here's our asparagus, and then some more baby tomatoes. These ones are doing wonderful right here. I'm pretty sure this is cherry tomato, and it came up from last year. I just kind of thinned them out They came up like this, like a little forest of tomatoes from a tomato that dropped into the ground. So if you ever have a tomato drop in your garden, just leave it there for next year, and that's how they'll grow. Obviously, you cannot keep them that way. I'll have to trim them, but yeah, it's a good way to grow your vegetables for the next year. It takes a lot of time off of your hands when you do it that way. So I planted a few, our beans, we only have a few of these beans, and I'm pretty sure these ones are pinto beans. And since we don't have many, I went ahead and put some tomatoes along that line because we have tons of tomatoes. We got purple, Jubilee, cherry, Roma, you know, all the varieties of tomatoes. And of course our beef tomatoes that I showed you. Now these are our Blue Lake beans, these 2 rows. And then these are our Kentucky yellow wax beans right here. And see, they are yellow. When they come out, we already have one. And these are the bushes, not the pole. So even though they're bushes, they still kind of crawl. So as you see, I had to, you know, put the trellis around so it has something to crawl up on and it has support. Because even though it is a bush, all plants still like having support. So I planted some flower seeds in here. We'll see if any of those pop up. It looks like I do have a few. So yay! Hopefully those will pop up for us. There's 2 different kind in there. I don't remember what kind. I'm bad at just throwing seeds wherever. This is our foxglove growing. We have, looks like 5 of them in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of them. So once those grow, I may put them over there in my flower garden. This is our pepper plant that we saved from last year. It's the only one that actually made it. We put them all in the garage, and unfortunately I did not get to water them enough, even though there was no sunlight, and they died on me, dried up and died. Okay, so these ones in front are our jalapeno peppers, all in the front row here. We bought those from Richlands High. That's why they're bigger than everything else. All the small stuff is stuff that I winter sowed. And the little jugs, I'll have to post that everywhere. I know I posted it on most things, but I don't think I posted it everywhere. So I need to do that for y'all so you know how to winter sow your vegetables and your plants in the winter using milk jugs. So it's really cool. So check it out in my other videos whenever you're done watching this, if you like, if you don't know how to do it. All right, here's the, let me think here, pepperoncini peppers, all right here. Those ones that's already big. These are our bell peppers, the itty bitty babies. There's 5 of them, 4 here, and then 1 here. That's our regular bell peppers. And then there's more of our pepperoncinis. This is what's supposed to be my eggplant, but we will see. I haven't actually grown eggplant ever, so this is my first year growing it, so I really don't know what its sprout looks like, so that's why I'm not sure if that's that. Okay, this is our okra. These are the super seed okra that get really, really tall. They're doing really good. This side is doing better than this side because I added compost and soil when I planted these ones. And this one, I did not add any compost and soil. So obviously I used just the soil that was in the box, but as you can tell, it does help to put compost and new soil in with each plant when you plant them. And then right here, all these little babies are dill. And I put those out for our butterflies and caterpillars so it will give them something to eat instead of all my good stuff. Then we have our strawberries all back here. I have sticks and wire over them to keep my squirrels out. I tried forks, but unfortunately they would just hop around those, so that didn't work. So if you ever see anyone have forks in their garden, it's to keep the squirrels and little creatures out. Well, it's to try to attempt to keep them out. As you see, we're gonna have a few strawberries. So when I just get 1 or 2 here and there, I'll just pick them and put them into the ground and let them grow from the seeds off the strawberry. And it actually works pretty good. And the rest of these, they'll spread as well. So eventually it'll be this whole half a box will be my strawberries. This is our sage. It's doing really good and smells amazing. And see, it's got purple flowers on it. Our bees love sage. They're always over here messing with it. Then I have a few tomato plants placed just randomly throughout my garden. This is what all tomato sprouts look like. Very similar to the marigolds. So I have a video explaining the difference of those and how to tell the difference. And then right here in my handy dandy tote, we have sweet potatoes on this side and potatoes on that side. And believe it or not, I've had these planted for about 2 weeks now. And the only time I watered it was when I planted them. And then the first time I watered it was yesterday. And they're doing amazing. So, yeah. Get you a tote, put it in the shade, and plant you some potatoes. Here's our blackberries and blueberries. Excuse my throat, y'all. I've had sinus issues for the past few weeks, so I'm sure everyone understands with the pollen being bad. We have our blackberry tree. This one actually has a bunch of blackberries on it. See? Oh my goodness. I'm so excited about those. And then we have a cactus over here that's getting its first fruit. So we'll see. Y'all see it right there? That, I'm pretty sure, will be a flower at first, and then it'll turn into a fruit. So I will show y'all when it gets big. Okay, everyone. Well, thank you for joining us, and thank you for joining me for the update of my garden. I hope y'all have a lovely weekend, and God bless. Bye.